I have been using this microphone for over 2 years now, and yes, I put everything back in the box just to film the beginning of this video. I'm sure like a lot of you guys, I keep all of my boxes. I am not the cheap gear guy on YouTube. I am the all in the box guy on YouTube, and that includes microphones. So if you don't know what the ML-1 is, it is a modeling microphone from Slate Digital. It can model multiple microphones like a 251 or a C800 with surprisingly great accuracy. You can pick this microphone up for about $800 to $900 usually, but sometimes they run a sale and you can pick it up for about $500. And that's when I picked this microphone up. And I would definitely pay full price for this microphone after I've had this for 2 years. When I bought it, I needed options, but I had a one microphone budget. And the Slate ML-1 was exactly what I needed. But I was also hesitant. Could a sub $1,000 microphone sound as good as some of these other $5,000, $10,000, and even $20,000 microphones it claims to emulate? So if you are a Slate Digital user, click the top link in the description and download my free VMR presets. I will be using one of those presets in this video today. If you are not a Slate Digital user, that is fine too. I have a gift for you as well, and that is the Mom in the Car compression checklist. Click the second link in the description to download that checklist. It is a super handy tool. You can print it off and hang it somewhere in your studio, or just take a screenshot and save it to your phone. So now let's not take my word for how this microphone sounds. Let's jump on into the DAW so you can hear how it sounds for yourself. So here's a song that I had recorded with my church, and this is what it sounds like.
A long way up, you saw me coming. A long way off, I saw you running.
And I use the ML-1 for the vocals and for the acoustic guitars. So I am sure most people that want to buy this microphone, like myself, wanted to use this mainly for vocals. So let's jump into that first. I want to keep in mind that I am using the ML-1 on this, and I am only using Slate Digital plugins. All right, so let's take a listen to this vocal.
A long way off, you saw me coming.
All right, and let's take a listen to it without any effects on it.
A long way off, you saw me coming.
And it sounds really, really good. I am only using Slate Digital plugins on this because they sound great, but it's a lot of convenience as well, because how this microphone works is that you have to load an instance of Virtual Mix Rack and then load your microphone on there. And if you don't have Virtual Mix Rack, that's fine. When you buy the microphone, you will get a code to use for the emulations. So you don't have to have the all access pass if you don't want to, but I highly recommend that you use it because it just sounds fantastic. So if we have just the raw vocal here, I'm just going to start from scratch here. Then I'm going to go over to the mics section here, and I'm going to drag in the classic tubes. This is what comes with the microphone when you get it. And you get all of these microphones here. And you can record with zero latency with this microphone as well. So you can drag and drop all of these microphones in here and all of the emulations. And your vocalist can go up there and sing and be able to hear this microphone being emulated in real time. So once I load the classic tubes up here, I'm going to pick my microphone. And one of my favorite emulations off of this is the 251. It is just bright and crisp and clear on the top end, and it's got a nice round bottom end on it. Then I'm going to add a preamp. This is what it sounds like.
A long way off, you saw me coming.
Now, if I want to change the microphone, I can do the FG800,
A long way off,
67,
I saw you running.
or the FG12. And you can hear how each emulation has its own tonal qualities. Let's throw a compressor on here, so that way we have just a little bit of compression, just so you can hear it a little bit clearer, but I'm not going to be messing around with any EQ. You're just going to be able to hear the different emulations with this microphone.
A long way off, you saw me coming. A long way off, I saw you running.
You can hear how they each have their own individual tonal qualities, and it works really well if you have different vocalists. Sometimes the 251 works really well for a pop sound, but sometimes I want to use a 67 if I have a more mid-range forward rock vocal sound.
A long way off, you saw me coming.
The FG800 is another one of my favorites as well. That top end is just so crisp. So now let's load one of the free presets that I'm giving away. Now I will just add a microphone emulation behind it. I'll pick the 251 because I just know it works really well with her voice. And this is what it sounds like now.
A long way off, you saw me coming.
Absolutely phenomenal. So now let's take a look at these acoustic guitars. You can really hear the different emulations on acoustic guitars really, really well, since there is such a broad frequency spectrum to mess with. Once again, one of my favorite emulations is the 251, and that's what I'm using on this guitar here. But let's just take out the EQ so you can actually hear what the microphone is doing. So we'll have a little bit of compression and then just the microphone, and that is it. Ooh, that FG800M is another great microphone. That is the same thing as the FG800, but it is modded. So it's the same microphone, but just slightly different. And they loved both of them, so they decided to throw both of them in with the emulations. But I still think that 251 is my favorite for this acoustic guitar. Now let's throw on an EQ.
Tears in your eyes.
Fantastic. Another thing I love about this microphone is that it is future-proof. They are always working on adding more emulations, and they already have a few expansion packs available for this microphone. If you want to hear what those sound like, click this video right here. In that video, I go through all of the expansion packs for this microphone and how I use them on a daily basis. So if you want to know more about those, click that video right here. And now, as always, go create.